ready with the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act will be satisfied with respect to this meeting of the mayor and council of the borough of Glen. Specifically, the time, date, and location were included in the meeting notice, posted in the municipal building, and sent to the official newspapers of the township, the Glen Paper, the Glen Voice, the Montclair Times, and the Star Ledger. Additionally, the agenda for this meeting has been posted on the official Glen Borough website. The agenda and public handouts for this meeting can be viewed online at www.glenridgenj.org. A public comment period will be held in the order as listed on the meeting agenda, and instructions on how to comment will be provided at the appropriate time. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilors Morrow? Here. Hughes?
Here.
Lefkowitz?
Here.
Manns?
Here.
Law is absent. Meyer?
Here.
Mayor Patrick is present. Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes of our last regularly scheduled meeting on April 11th, 2022.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilors Morrow?
Aye.
Hughes?
Abstain.
Lefkowitz?
Aye.
Manns?
Abstain.
Law is absent. Meyer?
Aye.
3 ayes, 2 abstentions. The motion carries.
Thank you. Are there any written communications?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. I have no comments this evening. At this time, we'll take comments from the public. If anybody we wish to be heard. If you do, please come up and give your name and address.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Matisoff. I live at 386 Forest Avenue. It's good to see you all tonight. I'll go a lot quicker than I went a couple of weeks ago. Just have some updates to pass along. I printed out a list of all of the municipalities, there should be one for everybody, that have some gas leaf blower restrictions across the entire country. They include huge cities like the one just across the river, New York City, Los Angeles, beautiful beaches like Malibu, and suburbs just like we live in here. Westchester, New Rochelle, Rye, Scarsdale, Princeton, Maplewood, Montclair, of course. And speaking of Maplewood, actually there was some news just last week that they actually expanded their gas leaf blower ban from a very similar kind of spring cleanup, fall cleanup thing that Montclair has going, and they recognize the improvement to the environment, the improvement to noise, and the improvement to just simply the quality of life in the town. And they expanded it starting January 1st of this coming year to be a full year gas leaf blower ban, which I thought was pretty exciting news for those of us looking for improvements in quality of life. And then the other bit of news, since I think just in the last 2 weeks it's been a busy fortnight when it comes to leaf blowers, is New Jersey has even been considering a full ban of sale, I think considering for next year, and then usage for some time afterwards. So I just thought that I would share those updates. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, can I just make one more? So I apologize. I was away for the last meeting, but in the interim, I did talk to our Environmental Advisory Committee, so I'm the liaison to them. Okay. And Mayor, they've brought this up before, so I'll talk to them again because I think they're in their advisory capacity, perhaps could look at this for us more closely. But we can talk a little bit more about that. But I know it's been something that's been discussed there quite a bit. But that's kind of where we are on the EAC.
I think there are 2 state bills pending, and you're correct. I think it was after a year, or I think in 4 years they would be completely prohibited from use in the state, and there was some interim measure. But
Right. Yeah, I think it was like sale and then usage, something along those lines.
Yeah, but I know there's a lot of questions, and, that's something I brought up with the EAC. I mean, there's like a really diverse constituency here in Glen Ridge, and that needs to be considered, so.
Yeah, as a side note, my landscaper came to my home this morning and he borrowed my electric leaf blower, and everything looks good on my yard.
There you go.
Great, thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Well, see nobody else, so we'll move on. Council Morrow.
Thanks, Glenn. I have just two items tonight. The first is resolution number 72-22. This is just our regular authorization for payment of bills and payroll for the month of May. Mayor, I offer resolution number 72-22.
You've heard the resolution. May I hear a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, will clerks please call roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Councilors Morrow,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Lefkowitz,
Aye.
Mans,
Aye.
Meyer. Aye. 5 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
And next I have resolution number 73-22. This resolution will authorize us to join the Bergen County Co-op. We join a number of co-ops to help us with purchasing various items for borough use. There's no fee to join this cooperative purchasing group, and so we are looking forward to joining them in an effort to get the best price on various items that we need to move forward and purchase. I offer resolution number 73-22.
You've heard the resolution. May I hear a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you, David. Any discussion? Hearing none, will clerk please call roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Councilors Morrow,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Lefkowitz,
Aye.
Mans,
Aye.
Meyer. Aye. 5 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
That's it. I guess there's one other
That's
thing
great.
I'll offer
sorry?
is, the only other thing I'll offer is that we are hoping still to be able to present our budget at the next meeting. We're waiting on the state to just finish up their, I guess, to start and conclude their review of our budget. So we hope to, at the next meeting, have our budget presentation.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank
Councilor.
you.
Mayor, I have a quick report for Public Safety Committee and then a resolution. Today at the Public Safety Committee, we led off, we were graced with the presence of Commissioner Lisovich, who came back to be with us tonight. We were very pleased. We finally got the official,
Accreditation.
well, we got the certificate.
The certificate.
Framed, beautifully presented, recognizing the accreditation that we received for our police department. Our police department is now one of fewer than half the police departments in the state. That is fully compliant with very strict requirements that are put out by both the state police chiefs, and it's in compliance with the Attorney General. And really quickly, what is done is that we go through all the regulations, all the procedures, all the training to make sure that it is up to date and fully in compliance with the latest requirements and guidelines out of the state. So we're very pleased that our police department has achieved that. Kudos to you, Sean, and I know that you were very, very involved with getting us over the finish line and putting the whole application together. It's really a great achievement. And it gives all of us confidence in the professionalism of our police department. It's a 3-year accreditation. We are already in the process of preparing for the review that takes place 3 years, probably October of '24. And I think that's kind of the point. The point is that you're continually staying on top of these various changes that are coming out of the state, so that we know that we are current in what we are doing. There was a traffic detail that took place on April 18th, where we were looking to see if we could target pedestrian crosswalk violations, motor vehicles not giving way to people who are crossing. Fortunately, they were quite active. There were 48 motor vehicle stops, 7 summonses given, and 41 warnings May 3rd at Forest Avenue School. There will be a buddy bench going to be dedicated to Officer Rob Roberts, who died 2 years ago from COVID. And a buddy bench is a bench where if a student is feeling a little left out today and doesn't have anyone to play with, if they sit on the buddy bench, it's kind of a signal to somebody else to come sit down and maybe be a friend for the day. Detective Perigo is going to be recognized by the Essex 200 Club, which is a public safety club. They're throughout the state. This one, I believe, is based in Newark, and he was nominated for an excellent arrest that he made in connection with a homicide in East Orange. And then I think finally, I just wanted to give a heads up, as part of our public safety review of pedestrian safety and, bicycle safety and cars, in conjunction with the high school, we are going to be moving and creating a drop-up zone starting for next year, Chief, on Woodland Avenue, between probably the bank up to Freeman Avenue, Freeman
Hillcrest.
Parkway.
Hillcrest.
And Hillcrest is
Hillcrest,
Hillcrest,
yeah.
okay, so this could be a drop-off area, not a parking area. We will be doing an educational effort starting towards the end of this school year to give people a heads up. We're not gonna be implementing it this year, it'd just be too chaotic, I think, but we will be doing an educational effort through the schools, through our own email, and then we'll have police officers out at the beginning of the school year to direct people and kind of get them moving. But we think it'll organize things a little better than the way we have it now. And that's all I have, Mayor, as far as the report. And then I have resolution 7422 to offer. Be it resolved that in accordance with the statute, the mayor and borough council approves the raffle license application for an on-premises 50/50 raffle submitted by the high school Home and School Association to be held on May 21st, 2022 at 200 Ridgewood Avenue. And be it resolved that in accordance with the statute, the mayor and borough council approves the license application for an on-premise raffle submitted by the high school Home and School Association. I move the resolution.
You've heard the resolution. May I hear a second, please?
I'll
I'll
second
second.
the resolution. 200 Ridgewood Avenue is the high school, right?
No, isn't that the women's club?
No, that's 219, I think.
It's a general location for the eco fair.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
Okay, that's the GPS we get.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's a good,
not to steal your thunder,
Yeah, yeah,
David, yeah.
Okay, seeing no further conversation, will clerk please call roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilors Morrow?
Aye.
Hughes?
Yep, aye.
Lefkowitz?
aye.
Mans?
Aye.
Meyer? Aye. 5 ayes, no nays, the motion carried.
That's all I have, Mayor. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilor Mins?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. A real brief report. Public Works has mostly started transitioning over to cutting the grass and parks and fields for the last week, and that will obviously continue in full force now. The road work has continued, and there was some discussion online about missing slates, and that has all been addressed through the contractor with the homeowners, and curb work is continuing now around Clinton and Baldwin Street. So that's the report out from our public. And I have one resolution, which, because it's so important, I'll read the whole thing. Resolution 7522, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas Trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And whereas the Borough of Glen Ridge has been recognized as a Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation and desires to continue its tree planting ways. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Glen Ridge do hereby proclaim April 29th, 2022 as Arbor Day in the Borough of Glen Ridge, Essex County, New Jersey. I move the resolution.
You've heard the resolution, Mayor, second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I'll just say our Shade Tree Commission has also won a statewide award within the last year as well, so we really love our trees.
I think so.
We're looking forward to having 50 more planted.
And we're looking forward to having 50 more trees from the county planted on Ridgewood Avenue. So it's good news. Thanks, Mayor.
Will clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilors Morrow,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Lefkowitz,
Aye.
Mans,
Aye.
Meyer. Aye. 5 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Oh no, I'm really done.
Councilor Law is not here. Councilor Lefkowitz.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no formal report this evening, but did want to join in the congratulations of Glen Ridge for our tree planting ways and the support of the county toward that endeavor. Would also like to note, just for the public generally, that the Arts and Eco Fair is back and bigger than ever. It's going to be Saturday, May 21st from 10 to 5 at 200 Ridgewood Avenue.
Approximately. And thereabouts.
And thereabouts. And it should be a great event, as it has been in years past.
Am I going to be able to find that on my GPS?
Right in the middle of the street.
You won't be able to get there in your car though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to stop.
Roads are closed.
Thank you. Councilor Mayor.
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. This time we'll take comments from the administrative department heads. Michael?
Thank you. Just a few comments. Again, dovetailing off of Arbor Day, I would like to recognize Larry Stouffer, a longtime resident, who was on the Shade Tree Commission. Larry was appointed by Mayor Hughes at the time to be on the Blue Ribbon Committee to discuss the potential formation of a commission, and then was a member on the commission through its entire existence until Larry's passing. So we're looking to recognize Larry on this Arbor Day. I would also like to just recognize Elizabeth Baker, the chair of the Shade Tree Commission, just unyielding with her dedication to the trees in this borough, and really has been a driving force in keeping things moving. And I just also would like to thank the Public Works crew. If you remember, down in the Glen, we planted an arboretum in Officer Roberts' memory, and Hurricane Ida really did a number down in that area. The 2 little libraries were washed away. Some of the trees were actually washed away. The Public Works, they cleaned up all the rocks, the engine block that randomly washed up down in there. Regraded, replanted, the 3 trees that washed away have been replanted. The little libraries are now up at the top of the Glen, right, very in proximity to the bus stop now. So I just like to, recognize those efforts as well, all in the name of Arbor Day. Additionally, Clerks Week, May 1st. We never seem to meet during these weeks. So I just wanted to call out our clerk, Tara Ventola. Clerks Week is May 1st to May 7th. We recognize her professionalism and ability to pivot on a dime for these last 2 years. And just want to thank you for your service, Tara. And
Thank you.
she serves as the face between the council and the public. And sometimes that face gets pretty banged up some days. But it's great. So I just want to acknowledge Clerks Week, which will be May 1st to May 7th.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you. I appreciate you indulging.
Mayor, I have no report. Chief?
Mr. Mayor, Fortunately, this is belated, but, because I missed the last meeting, but, National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week was April 10th to the 16th, so I'd just like to recognize and thank the tireless efforts of our dispatchers and show appreciation for all they do, serving the Glen Ridge residents 24/7, 365. Great job.
Thank you. Is there any new and unfinished business, sir?
Not this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. We will take comments from the public if the public wants to comment on anything that has taken place during this meeting. Okay. So, Councilor Hughes, do you have a motion for us?
Mayor, I move that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.